Hello, welcome there. Now, in this session of our training today, I'll be showing us how to do a contact us page. Contact us page is one of those pages you see. It's very common. Most of the website has it. Most of the application you see a form in which you fill maybe a ticket, maybe you create a request, something. So it's a form that you fill that you send to the company. So it is a very rampant page. How do we do it in a simple way, in a simple that to show us how easy and convenient it is to write the code. So what we are going to be doing today is what I just showed. Let me run through. Let me just put my name, I put my email, and I put a random phone number. I put my subject, and I put the body of the message requesting for anything. I just say thank you so much. That's what I just want to put, and I send it. So looking at how our page look like, so this is a sample of what we are going to do. So it has mail was sent successfully, meaning that your mail has been sent. So this is what we are going to be doing today. How easy it is to actually get this. So I just open up the mail to show us the mail I just sent now. You can see. Thank you. So let me, if I open this, thank you so much. What I've just sent now, I just sent it just now. You can see I have other one, other sample I have. So to show you that you can actually, that can actually can see there's the mail and everything online service that I just picking up. So the simple way of how to send the mail. So we are going to be designing this in a little while. How do we achieve this? Very simple. Now I'm going to minimize from this. Now, what I'm going to show us now is that what are those things that we need to achieve that. So this is a template. A template is that is we have bootstrap templates all over internet. You can easily check and get template of whatever you are needing. So we need a template. I've gotten it. I've downloaded it. So let me open this for you and see. I show you what I mean by a template. So this is a bootstrap 5 template, bootstrap template. Actually it's HTML5. So it's just a template. It has nothing inside. It cannot run. So how do we get this? How do I able to get a good template? We have some that are free, some are paid. By the time by the time you enroll in our classes in our take you through, we show you how you can get this and how you can get the good one for your project. There's no project you want to write that you will not get a template that fits it. There's no, because we have many thousands of those templates online. So we're going to be using this as a template. So like let me show, if I just click a button, it's just showing you error, it's not going anywhere. So I'm going to close out of this. So after the template, what we need again is a studio. Now this is a studio. This is a .NET Studio, .NET 2023, and the version is 7.0 for now. So this is the latest at this time of this video. So if you're one of our students, a copy of this will be sent to you. This is the enterprise version. Is a paid version, so it's not free. We have we have some free version, but this is where I'm going to be doing our work. So how do I get to this? I only have just a project set up. We can show you how to do this in. In fact, if you check some of our video online, you see how we get this. So now I have my page here. I have my W root folder, so I'm going to be working with that. I'm going to be working with the W root folder. I'm going to be working with this page, the page. So I have shared folder. I'm going to be shared folder. I'm going to be working with that as well. So now let's go. So what I have now is just a blank project. Let me run it for us before I proceed. If I run it for us, it's just a blank project. There's nothing inside. So we're not going to be setting our work inside. We're going to put the code and we're going to make sure it's able to send the email. So you can see now that just this is a welcoming page, just a blank page. There's nothing inside. That's all we have. Okay, I'm going to close out of this. I don't need this again for now. Now, so what I'm going to do is that now let me bring up a template. This is a template. So I'm going to open up my template in my studio. I right click on it and say open with. So from the open with, I select Visual Studio 2022. That's what is being installed. So it's going to load the serve. You're going to open up on my page like this. Now that we have this, now I want you to note something. This is a index.html. HTML, that is what we have, just HTML, there's nothing more. So I want you to note that by the time we are working on our work. All right, so what we do next is that from our pages that I've opened, W root, the page share folder. Now, there's one page called index here. I can actually create my own page and give it any name. But for this video, I'm going to be using this index. Now, the difference now is that this index is .cshtml, is different from this HTML. So I'm going to open this one up as well. So one is CS HTML, one is just HTML. So the HTML alone is a template I open, and this is from my Visual Studio, and this is from the Bootstrap template I'm using. So I don't want you to mix it together. So what I'm going to open again is I'm going to come to the shared folder. From the shared folder, I'm going to open a layout. I need the layout to put my page. So the layout has something. The layout as well is CS HTML. Don't mix it together. They are all different. So now, so to start with, I discovered that my template has some files here. So all these files are the things that my page need to load. So I'm going to copy this file. I'm going to copy all the file here. It's important I copy them. I press Ctrl C. I copy them. So now I will now come to this W root to see where the folders are in the individual folders, the CSS and everything. So if you look at what we have here, they look alike. I have a CSS, I have a JS, so they look alike. So I need to put it there. So I will come on this W root. I'll right click on it, and I'll come down to open folder in file explorer. So it's going to open that page for me. Immediately open it, I don't need all this one. I don't need them. I will delete it. And I will now paste the one that I copy that my template has. I just paste it there now. So this is for my template. I just copied it. So when I open my template back, it's going to be the same thing. So let me see. So I have everything equally. It's only that the index that I'm yet to set. So everything is fine. So immediately I paste it here, it will definitely appear in my project as well easily. So that is fine. I'm going to leave this now. So I'm going to just minimize this for now. Now let me deal with the file that I've opened. I hope you not mix it together. The HTML is the template. Every other one is from my studio. This two is from my studio. The CS HTML is from my studio. So what I want to do is I want to migrate what is inside here into my studio. Then I'll be able to put the code to it. And I'll be able to give it instruction to send email. That is what I want to do. So now the layout, I'm going to start from the layout. Layout is like a master page that hold. You can see we have something called head, we have something called body. But inside this body, don't we have inside this body, if I close the body, so we have HTML, HTML, open and close. Body, the head open and close. This is the head open and close, and we have body open and close. Some of these things we are going to explain to you in our classes, some of our courses. We show you what it means, how do you go about it. This is a front end development, so I'm going to show you in total. But this is a crash course. I'll just running through it. So now inside it, there's something called render body. This render body is very important. Render body is a command that we call the index. So the anything that is inside this index is what this. So assuming that I copy this div now. I copy this div, and I come here and I delete render body away and I put it inside. That is what is doing. But ideally, because we are using Razor Page. Razor Page is a new technology in Microsoft development that makes development very easy. In those days when we are dealing with form and everything, things are very difficult. But Razor Page is very easy. In fact, Blazor is much more easier. So now I'm going to work with it. So I'm going to be working with render body. So I will now say, okay, when I look at my page, I have my home, my head as well. I have the body, and I have the HTML. Of course, I don't need some of this comment. This one is commented out, so it look exactly like this. If you look at them, so every all of them follow the same principle. So now to make it very easy for us, I'm going to click on this. I'll click on this. I'll click and I'll drag, click and drag. So I'll drag it to the one at this side, this side. See where my arrow is? This side, my arrow, this side. So leave it. So it's going to open like this. Let me close it. So this is very easy to do. So I want to show us that it just look alike. This is HTML. This is a CSHTML. This is what I'm working with. This one. So now I want to copy what is inside here. I want to copy it here. So very easy to copy. I'm going to copy the first one. I'm going to copy. I'm going to open the head. So head to head. I'll lift what is inside the head. Head here is very simple. It's very small. This is my program, my project. So let me dot here. I need this meta is for Google, and I need this head. This title is important. So this one also must have title. So I need the title of this to be changed to something meaningful. What I'm doing is I'm doing the contact page. So I'm doing a contact page. So I love to put double column two times and a dot. So that is my head. So this view page will call something inside my index. So what I want to do is that I will come meta, I leave the meta alone. This one to have meta, I leave the meta alone. So I'll come and copy all the link that are under here. I'll copy it till the of the end of it. Okay, fine. This is the close of the edge, so I'll stop here. I will not copy this edge to it, so I'll stop there. Copy. So what that means that I want to delete everything inside there before the edge. Okay, I just delete this. So I leave the meta and the title alone. So I paste I paste this. Okay, that is that. All right, so you can see we are having almost the same thing now. So I'm just copy and paste. I'm writing programming, copy and paste. In those days we have to type all these things by ourselves, type and it, but now these days many things have been made very simple. So I just copy and paste inside the head. That is fine. So I'm done with the head for now. So inside my template again, I open the body. Now this body, I need to explain something for us. I open the body. So let me go quickly. I open the body. So inside the body, now I told you about render body before. So now render body is the major thing of our page. When I look at this my page, the major thing there is, let me close this form. I close this form. The major thing on my page is this. That is the major thing. Okay, if you're not seeing it very well, let me maximize it. I maximize it. I take it to the middle. Take it to the middle. I just click on it and I drag. So from HTML, that is the template. The major thing is this div. How to identify the major things, some of those things will teach you. So I just identify because this template is a very very small template. Every other one is just script. So what I'm going to do is that I will copy all the scripts thing. I copy it again. That is on the body. I copy everything till I get to the end of it. I will not pick this body. I'll just copy the script alone. I copy. So I come to I'm still working with layout. To the layout. So I will come, because I'm setting everything must look like my index exactly, my template. So let me show us something. So after the important thing is this. After the important things, what follow is the script. So I can even copy the important thing away. I copy the important thing, Control C, and I come to the index. That is the important thing. Index hold the important thing. So everything that's inside the index, I remove it away and I paste the important thing. I just do a Control paste. So This is the important thing. Let me come to the form again and collapse it. You can see the important thing. I've copied it from the template. The important thing I've copied. So the remaining thing, I'll go and dump it inside the layout. So what I'm saying is that by the time my form is loading, it will load the render body, and that render body will just makes it easy for it to load what is inside the content. It's very simple. Because you are seeing it for the first time, it may seem very difficult. So what I'm going to do is that everything before the render body, I want to delete it. I don't need it. Everything above the render body, I want to delete it. I don't need it because my template is telling me that I don't need it. For my template, I don't need it. All I just need that important thing, body, important thing, and script. So I don't need any jargons again. So I've deleted everything away. So by the time this place render, it just render the important thing there that I've pasted inside my index page. Okay. All right. So I just do that, copy and paste. So now I'll go back to my layout. I'm just working with editing layout. On my layout, I've deleted everything we don't need away. Everything we don't need, I've deleted away. So under it, I can paste everything I copy. The script thing that I copy, I can paste it. I just paste all the scripting. I paste them now. So, but there's one thing I have to do. I have to make sure that this thing is in place. Of course, it's in place. This must be there. So, what have I done? I've just copy and paste. That's what I just did. I copied the script thing that is inside the template. The down one, I copy it from down. I paste it below my render body. I must not delete this. I must not delete this. Then everything above it, I've copied it again. So there's nothing above it. Only what's above it is the body. So this is important thing. Important thing. You have to be able to identify the important thing. So that is all I need to do. So then I've pasted the important thing in my index. I've pasted every other thing inside my layout. So I don't need the template again. So the one other thing I need to do is that I need to do a proper referencing. So you can see I still have my page. I need to do proper referencing. This is just setting HTML. So proper referencing is this. I've referenced my href. I've referenced some of these things. Let me show you what I've referenced. I reference it exactly from the template. I'm working with the template. So from the template, I have CSS front. When you see this, we have front here. We have front. Inside the front, there are some things there that I've referenced. So I've referenced all these things. The vendor is here. Remember, I copy and paste a particular form, a folder before. I reference all this. Fine. So what I'm going to do is that for it to work, I need to put there's a sign, an anchor. Let me show you the sign. Shift. There's a button before one on your keyboard. Before one, there's a button there. So I press Shift and I press that button. So it's going to give you this small sign and a slash. So I just reference it. You can see my trying to label. So I'm going to do the same thing to all of them. I'll copy this. I'll copy and I'll paste it at the back of href is equal to, and I'll paste it. I'll paste all of them like that. Now, what you are doing is actually you are designing a website. What we are just doing. So this is what we do these days. There are still harder way, but the easy way is what I'm just showing you. I've not write anything. I'm just copy and pasting. That's what I'm doing. Show me the code I've written. I have not. So some of this thing may be difficult because you're seeing it for the first time. Yes, I know. But by the time you go through our classes, we show you how to identify them and you'll be able to do it by yourself. It's not difficult to do. It's as easy as me pasting and copy and pasting. Okay, I have a image here. I reference an image. I have to put it at the back as well. So you can see so this anchor slash means that it means W root. That's what it means. So this sign that I just put here now is saying that anchor and slash means that go to W root to go and pick something, which is it has done already. So the last thing I'm going to do is that I'll go to the body I have some other thing that I need to reference the JS, the vendor. They are all here. So I'm going to do so. There are easy way of doing this. If I remove all the spaces in between them, and I come here, I want to paste it here. I press Alt on my system, and I drag down. This is very easy in .NET Core. So I can paste it at once. I press Alt and I click my mouse, I drag it down. Alt, you see it Alt on your keyboard beside the tab. So and I drag it down. So I just paste for everything. So I'll check for other ones. Okay, I see I have other ones here. Let me close the space in between them. I have to close them together. I click again. I press Alt, click my mouse, I drag it down. Then I press Ctrl V. So I just paste it. Control V because I've copied it before, so I just paste it. So which other one do I have? So I'm just referencing. That's what I'm doing. Referencing which other one do I have? Okay, this one is going to a website. I don't need to. So I don't need. So then I'm through. I'll just save this. So remember, this is my template, HTML. This is CSS, HTML, CSS, HTML. So I think I'm done with this. I'm done with the layout. So let me go and check the index. If I have to reference anything, I'm not referencing anything here. Okay, that's good. There's no image, there's no JavaScript. All the image and JavaScript, some of them are in the layout. Layout is like a master page. We talk you through how we use layout very well in our page in our work. So now I can close out this template. I don't need it again. But let me still leave it. So what I'm going to do now is that I've been able to migrate the template into my application. Let me run it. What I mean by run is to click this something that look like play on top here. So if I click the play, if everything being equal, I should have exactly thing inside my Visual Studio now. The Visual Studio initially was just a template. I was a just a default page. There was nothing there. But now let's see what we have. Okay, so you can see my page now. I have it localhost 5073. I have everything inside my template now. So if I open the template again, let me show us the template. This is the template that I had before. If I run the template, you see how the template right is on this is the template. So and I have this. So of course they are two different. You can see the template and you can see my Visual Studio. So, like I said, I can close out of the template. I don't need it again. Then now begin to work for my code. Now, that is good. That is you doing the first step. So, what I've just done now is web development. That's what I just did now. Very simple. Some people are being paid and they are getting their money for this web development. So, now I now need to move further into backend development. So this also can also be called the front end. This is the front. So now let's move gradually to the back end development now. So now I'll take you back to my form. Let me collapse all of them. Now I'm using teleform. I've put something inside my W root before. I want to collapse it. Then inside the page, I've put something inside the share. That's where I get the layout from. I can add more layout in the case required. Then I have my index. I've put something inside this is my index. So the index is the second form. So the third one here, like I said, I can close it away. That's the template. So I only have two. My layout and my index. So I'm going to be working with this now. So I have put my title. Let me start from the title. I've put my title here. I call it contact page. So here I need to reference it now. The view data title and the view data title they call themselves. So this one we call your index. So whatever you have here, it will call in your index. So they call themselves and play and replace themselves. You see when I run the application, you see what I'm saying. So this is the home page. So I'm not going to call this page home page. Maybe I'll call it the web. Call it a web page. So I'll have web page. So I love to have dots, double column at the back of my work. So showing you starting from website, I just call it web page, contact page. So that's what we are going to have. We're going to join it together. So this is the starting from the index, and it goes to our layouts. Okay. Now checking the layout, I have contact us. Let me add a page there. So contact us page, that's fine. So from there again, now we have something called form. We have div, we have form. I don't want to bother you with all this because I copy a template. So don't bother. I'm just explaining. We have form. Inside our form, I need to make our form. I need to give it a method, and the method is that this one is default. Just know this one. The method is post. Post. You need to be able to post. I want to post it to the back where I'm going to put the code, the C sharp code I'm going to be working with. So these are the work of backend now. So we get to this. I put a form to it. I've make my page. So now I have another div here with my template. I did not do anything. I'm just changing. I'm just replacing. So this one tell me about my surname, full name, which is fine, and it's telling me it has a name. The input, we have the label and the input. Label is where we show my name. Input is where I'm going to type the name exactly. So it says enter your name here. This is correct. So the name of it is name. So I have another div here. You can see open and close another div. So this div is telling me it's an email. So it's telling me to enter my email. So because I'm taking an email will definitely be an email, not a text. Email. Name can be text, the type. So the name, of course, can be email. That can be the same thing. The type is email and the name is email because I'm working with email here now. So I have another div here. It's telling me that my phone number is text. Phone number is not a number. It's not a number because no number starts with zero. So phone number starts with zero, so it's not a text like that. So it's a zero or a whole that started. A number will not start with zero. If I exert, will not even take it from you. Now, so the next thing I have is my services. The name. The name is very important. That I'm checking. I have a name for it. It's very important. Now the next thing after that, I have my e-commerce business, UI, UX, design, online services. Fine, this is drop down. Okay, I don't want to bother you about this. These are some of those things we do in our classes. We show you into to how to do this. You see, I'm just checking around. So the next one talks about some other thing in our page. Okay, now when you are working with templates, of course, your template can come with some other irrelevancy that you may need to delete away. Okay, I'm going to run this page now, and probably I'm going to show us maybe there's something we don't need, and I'm going to move it away. So let me run this, and I'll show us what we need, what we don't need, so we can delete the one we don't need away, and that we can quickly move on with what we have to do. Okay, I think it's loading already. Okay, so we have this and we have this. That's fine. All right, so let's continue. This is fine. Everything, the email, the name, the so you can see. Now let me show us this. You can see title, web page, contact page. Now I'm telling you they're going to replace themselves. You can see this dot here, that open dot here, that close. You should be able to lay them together now. Okay. All right, fine. So we are almost done with this. So I need to remove some of my piece of code away. This I need to remove some away. It's too much. You ask me how do I know what I'm supposed to remove? Yes, I know what I'm supposed to remove. But this is so I need to be able to differentiate something first. I need my text box. Okay, this text box. This is my text box here. That is area I'm going to type my the body of my letter. You can see is message, and I'm inputting the message here. So this other one that has to do with the radio button, physical, digital, something. I don't seems to need it. I'm going to collapse this. So I'm collapsing from line 37, radio button and everything to line 70 thereabout. I don't I don't seems to I don't seems to need it. So I'm going to take it away. So but I need to have a line somewhere where my message will be displayed. The message that my my mail has been sent. So I just paste the code now. I call it, I give it a breakdown, a break to the next line. So the same pattern of the code that I copy. So I just copy the code and I say, give it a type, make it color red and make the font big. And I say, I want the mode to be message. I just shorten it because I have message. I don't want to mix it together. So I think I'm done with this site. So everything is fine. So what do I have? I have name, I have email, I have phone number, I have services as my subject, and I have the body. This is the message, the body. That's what I have. Okay, so I'm going to take care of this error for this error here. All right, fine. So now I'm done with this. Everything is fine. What I need to do is to now go and put a code to it. So how easy it is to put a code to it. So what I did was that I come to the index, this same index that I'm working with, this same index that I'm working with. There's a drop down. I open up the drop down, so it showed me another form like that that's having C sharp index on something dot cs. So I click on it. So it open this place for me that I'm into. So this is where I'm going to put the code. This is where we put code. Now this is the back end work. So there are some things I don't need. I just want to delete them away. This is the back end now. How easy it is to quickly write a simple code that will make me send my email. Immediately you are clicking a button, that button you are clicking, you are telling, you are telling, you are giving an instruction to a code to do something for you. So how easy it is. Now let me take you bit by bit. We don't need the layout again for now. I can go date the layout again. I just need this index and this index. This just the index, the two of them. That's what I need now. So I have an error here. This MX, I need to take care of it first. So what I'm going to do is that and I want to bring an information from the front to the back. I want to bring an information from this CSS of a thing, this HTML. I want to bring it to the back here. There are principles of how to do it. So because I want to load this at model.ml, I want to load it. So this is how you load it. Just follow the principle. So I want to declare a public. I declare a public and I call it that ms. I call it a string. It can be a string. It can be a number. It can be a whole lot of things. So I said is equal to all this code that I'm typing. By the time you finish watching this video and you have access to this studio, you to type it exactly and you see it will work. In fact, that can even be your first code that you will do. So in the next 5 minutes now, we're going to be through with this. So I just put this now. So just to initiate by making it double column, make it empty. So the message that is coming here, this message, that's what I just initialize. So I call a model. So a model is telling me that we call this from the back and come and dump it because my page is a model page. So that is what I just did. So the next thing I'm going to do now is that I'm going to initialize some of those things that I need. What I need is not plenty. Remember, I said I have name, email, phone number, services, and message. Now, in .NET Core, Razor especially, things are very easy there. There are just two columns. It's either you have uh, public void on get or public void on post. If I was going to just put it for me, I just click a tab, and so that is just two things that you have. Every other thing can come. On get is the one that load when the page is loading. On post when you click a button. So when I click, there's a button here. When I click this button, see this button. In fact, I need to make the button. I need to do is type the button type. I need to make it submit. So when I click this button, when I click this button to submit it, it's going to come and call anything I put inside here, and it will render it. It will make it active. But when my page is loading in my browser for the first time, it calls what is inside here. So very easy. So what I want is that by the time I click a button should come and pick everything somebody has filled, the name, the email, it should pick everything and come and dump it at the back for me. So how do I do that? So this is the syntax of how to do that. So I just do the first syntax. So I say string, the same string is a string. I say string, I have name is equal to, I want to make a request. I'm asking the form. I'm making a request that form, can you give me the name that you have? So, but that name, I want you to give me, I want it to, I want to make it to string. Let it be to string so that it can come in different form. But that name that is coming, make it to string. String are the letter, something letter, alphabet, string. So it should give me in that form. So every other one will follow suit. So by the time you just do a click, it's going to give you every other one. So these are every other one that is there. Now I show us something deliberately. C sharp is case sensitive. Most of the code behind they are all sensitive. You see, I have a capital S here. I have a small s there. I have a capital S there. It it can accept it, but actually they need to be the same. Capital S, everything. So I have the name, the email, the phone, the services, and so these are all those things that I have in my form here. Okay, this is the first div, that is the name. Name. I have the name here. That's the name. I have the email here. That is the name. I have the phone number here. That is the name. That's the name of your in your input. I have the services here. That is the name. So those are the things. Those are what I call. Then I have the message here. That is the name when you fill the body. So I call all those parameters. So now what I'm going to do is that after calling this parameter, I now need to. So I've collected everything somebody will fill. I've collected to the back. So this is what I now need to reference with. So I've initialized them to all this. There are other way of doing this, but I'm just showing you the simplest way. There are other way. There are other standardized way of doing it, but this seems to be the simplest way. Now, what I want to do is that I'm going to create a procedure. I'll give the procedure. I'll give the procedure my information. So I want to send this information to the procedure. The procedure go and work with it. So let me create the procedure, and you see how procedure will be. The procedure is what is going to call where our code is going to be. I love working with class library. I love working with API, but for this sample I'm doing, I'm just going to give us a procedure of how to do it. Very simple code. We just end up filling this. Now, follow this line. I call my string as usual, and I want to give the string name. The name of my string is email. Every string must have a name. Mail sent. That's the name of the string. I said is equal to. I'm writing a procedure. Is equal to. Now the procedure. So it's just like me saying string got to name. So this is going to take a value like every other one. This will take the value that's coming from the form, from the HTML, give it to this name. So I now want to use all this. I want to use all of them. So and I say, okay, my procedure name that I'm going to create. I didn't have the procedure yet. I said send mail is into brackets. I will now write every of my information that I have there that I'm calling from the form. I write it. I put it here. So I said my service, which is going to be the title, the message, which is the body, the email of the sender, the person sending it, is sending it to the complaint to us, and the I have this one as well. Maybe it's part of the information so of who is sending. So I just have that. When you have successfully complete your work, anything you bring back, give it to this email sent. Now, email sent, if what you receive, if what you receive from this procedure, what you receive, look at the English. If what you receive, I open a bracket, if what this email sent, if what it receive is equal to double, is equal to anything, I don't know yet, then it should do something. It should do something. I don't know what you will do. Else, if it's another thing again, else, it should please do another thing. So what do I mean? If my procedure is successful, if its procedure is successful, it should. So if it's successful, that means if it tell you that it's successful, that means email sent. Then it should it should write a message. So it will now write a message to that the message. Let me go back. There's a message here. I call it message. This message that will show that send the message back that MS is equal to email was sent successfully. That means if that what my procedure said, I'm going to write the procedure very soon. Else, if it says something otherwise, that otherwise, any kind of error that is coming, we want to see it. Any kind of error, just give it to us. We want to see it. So this is my procedure. But now this procedure, because I've not written it, so I've written every other thing that is going to work, but procedure is yet. So I now need to tell my system, okay, I want you to help me to draw out a procedure that will have these parameters for me. I don't want to write it myself. So I'll come here, take my mouse on it. I'll see something like this. I take the mouse to it and I click. So I said generate the method for me. I click. So you can see it has done it for me. It's trying to tell me your service, your message, your email, and this. Fine. So okay, you can leave it like this, or you can change it. I need to change this message actually to body so that because I need to write something here. I need to change this one to subject. I think it's having meaning now. Don't worry, it's going to replace it. This to this, it will replace it like that as I give it to it. So anything that is coming, the first one will be first one here, second one here will be second one here. So, but it has helped me to declare them as integer. It's the one that wrote it. Just do it for me. Then the V, I need to change the V because this is detail. Let me change the view to detail. So I have detail. That's what I have by detail. So the email, the body. So I think it's much more meaningful now. Now, I now quickly go online to my Google. I go and look for a mail. What will help me to send the mail? So they told me that for you to be able to send the mail, some things are very important. I'm going to list them for you. For you to send the mail, you need what we call a domain name. Domain name are like a www.pacershub.com. That's a domain name. You need the email, an existing email that is working. That is the sender. You need the password of that email. And you now need something called HTTP client. So you need a working email to send a mail to another email. You can't just send a mail. So like it's just like say you need a phone. You need a phone that has a phone number to send an SMS to another phone number. So you need a phone number, send the phone number to another phone number. That's what I'm talking about. You need a working email to send a mail to another email. So this is the mail that is sending. So I'm just going to paste a particular parameter here. I'm going to paste it. So I need the message. This is my message. So I need a domain name, PacersHub.com. Now I need a mail. This mail must be working. This mail is working. After all, after this session, I'm going to close the mail down so you'll not be playing with it. So, but the mail, this email is working. Email is a seekerhub at PacersHub.com. Is a working an email. This is the password of the email. Fine. And again, this is the HTTP client, your host, the people hosting you, that is hosting your website, they are the one that will give you this HTTP client. They will give you. So for this one for this email, the HTTP client is mail.pacersub.com. So this is actually working, and every host has a port. So this thing, if you are not a developer, if you are not being conversant with doing email, creating email, it may be difficult. But these parameters I gave to you, they are working. Being able to is working, it's fine. I'm going to leave it for a while, then I'm going to close it down so that people will not be playing around with it because it's working and it's fine. Of course, you can't hack us with this, so it's not a problem. It's secured. So, and knowing fully well that this. So what I'm going to do, I have a client, SMTP client. These are what I'm going to need. So I now check online. Of course, when you check your Google, you can see a many code that will help you to send email. So let me just quickly write something here. Peradventure, there is an error when my page is sending email. I want to be able to track my error. Track error. So we call it try and catch. That's what we call it. So I'll so I just put a try. Then after the try, then I put a catch. So I need to be able to try and catch my error. So when you're catching your error, you catch it together with the exception. So I want to catch the exception now. So any my work will be tried here. If there's any error when you were running it, the exception will be catch here and to be given to my message, to this message. So remember, I'll have this message before. I've initialized it there. This message is what I have in my form. Remember this message. So it will show me I have an error. I've catch it. So it will show me. So else, if everything work well, my message will be saying I will see a successful message. So I got this piece of code online because it's very simple for me. So the code that actually that actually did the whole job is all this. I want to paste it now. It's a very simple code. So somebody will now ask me that why can't I type it myself? Because there are so many classes we have inside .NET that makes things easier for you. So they release classes every day. So I just saw this one online. How many lines of code? This is just the code that is sending the message. They are all default. They are all standard class. I'm not the one that will write use default criteria. .NET has some of those classes inside itself, default. I just call it that I want to use it. So how do I call it? Is this? I call it with this and I give it all the parameter. In fact, it is from here. It is from here to here. How many lines? Just few lines. So let me run you through it. So I the parameter that this class need is that I'm giving it my SMTP. You can see my SMTP here. I'll give it to it. I'll give it my port. You can see my port. I'm taking my port. Then it's telling me that my default criteria is false. No problem. So it's saying that default criteria needs some credential. So who is sending the mail? This is what is sending the mail. So when you fill the form and click the button, a mail pick it up and help you to send it. So what is this password of that sender? This is the password. So I've put everything there. Then do my mail have SSL? No, I don't want you to use SSL protocol for now. Just make it free. So if everything is being equal, then there is a class that initialize a class. I call it message. And that reason why I have to change the name up here before. If the name was message before, I would have been having problem. I just change it to body. So now the because the class I want to use as something like that. So I initialize a class for my mail message. It's called message, and I initialize it like this. I have to initialize now, and I begin to dot it. So you want to take the sender, want to take the sender, you want to take the email. You can see mail from message from is from the sender. Message to it's sending message to us as a complaint. So when you fill a contact, it send the message to us for us to see. Or paraventure, it can send the message to your customer. So whatever who is your mail, is your to and from here. You have to identify it. But in this case now, I want to send the mail to my customer. So I want to assume that whatever you feel, I want to send it to a particular mail. I'll be able to see that you can check it from there. That's what we are doing. So a customer is sending the mail to us. So it's going to a particular mail. So any mail you feel that I feel there, the message will go there. That is what I'm just. So it's going to the subject. I have the subject up here, and I have the body anything up here. So I'm able to feel the subject, the body, and the email. So I can as well add this up to the body, but for now, don't let me add it. So I have and I call the client send command. So this is just the few command on how to send email. Everything is fine. See the code that I've written. I'm able to call the class from here. Call everything that is from the form. I call it from here. Then from here, I initialize the procedure, telling the procedure that okay, procedure will take all the parameter and help me to send it. So I asked system to generate the procedure for me and actually did. So it did the procedure. Now these are the prerequisites that I need. These are information that must be working before you can send the mail. You need the mail that is working with the detailed information and the code that is sending it. So if the mail is sent, I'll see mail sent. Then I have my exception if there's an error. That is all. So let me now save this and let's try and run our form. Let's see what we're going to have. So this is a simple form of how to send it. Now let me tell you, this can be much more, can be complex than this. Can be complex than this. You can do a whole lot of things, which we are still going to show us another 2 or 3 ways of sending mail. A good one, other one. These are very this one actually is very good, but the other ones I can show us. But mind you, if you join the class, any of our classes, we are going to be showing you how to do this very easy. You are seeing it for the first time, it look difficult, but by the time we take time to explain what and what, you get it. So now let me repeat the same thing I did when I was starting the class. So I put my name. So I fill the email that I want to send the information to. This is the email I want to send to. So and I put the random phone number like I said. So I select the subject and I said my mail should be working working now. So that is the message that I want to send. So everything being equal, if there's an error, the message will catch it for me. It did not show. If it go, I'll see a message. So let me click the button. Let's see what we have. So you can see mail was sent successfully. So I just log into the mail. You can see online service. Let me open the mail. Let's see what is there. My mail should be working now. So you can see the time. I just send it just now, and every other parameter is working there and is secure. So with this, I've been able to show us how to send the mail, how to write how to write a contact page, how simple it is to write a contact page. So it can be difficult and it can be very simple. So what I want you to do, the material for this will be made available. You can always download it and the template and everything that was used so that you can practice it and you have it. But what you need is you need a studio to do this. So if you can just follow the step, do it, achieve it, then you've been able to write a code. So actually, coding It's not as difficult as you think. It can be very, very easy. It depends on what you are writing. So thank you for this. Thank you for following. I'll see you in the next class. Thank you.